Okay. Hi. First, I just wanted to say that it's really great to see someone coming from Providence. I used to actually work at the steel yard, and so it's really exciting to hear about someone doing their work there and coming here to talk about it. But my question for the both of you is, as a student who's getting near her end of college, next year is going to be my last year, did you feel like right when you got out of school, was it like, I have to go to grad school, this is really necessary? Or like, do you feel like it really helped propel you? Do you think that that really changed? I mean, of course it changed where you are today depending on location and stuff, but do you feel like you would have had the same perseverance and access with or without grad school?
Well, thanks, Steelyard. I think that I decided not to go to school right away, as I said, and those couple of years, not only did I not go directly to grad school, but I also didn't move to Brooklyn like all of my friends and family, and I felt that I needed to work on myself, or I was afraid also of taking that next step. But I'm glad that I did what I did in order to arrive at a place where I myself was ready to take that next step. And I think if you're feeling like you're forced to do it before you're ready, then you're probably not ready. But if you're feeling like this is the next thing, I gotta do it, then you're ready.
I have very vivid memories of conversations with Lynne where she said, A, wait to go to grad school, and B, get a part-time job, and I listened to neither. I wish I had. I went to grad school. I mean, I was in school all the way. I think I could have benefited from some time in between. I think ultimately grad school was where I wanted to be, and was, as rough as it was, incredibly important and fundamental in creating the work I do now. I would not make this work now had I not gone to grad school. I might make some version of it, but I think it was, I would highly recommend grad school if you think that you want to be an artist.
I know, Nora, you spoke to this a little bit, but I'm curious from both of your perspectives how Smith College affected your artistic experience as opposed to if you had gone to a BFA program or art school.
I think going to Smith, having a liberal arts education has been incredibly valuable. Academic research is still the basis of my artwork. Having this background and coming from a women's college specifically has given me a perspective that even in the middle of kind of male-dominated places, that it is possible for strong, funny, interesting women to be very successful, and to know that and to have experienced that is really important. And Smith College alumni in Chicago have been really great, a great resource to hear about jobs, to hear about opportunities, to hear about other people who are artists and who are willing to let you in because we went to the same school. So I think I was very glad that I went to a liberal arts school as opposed to a liberal arts school and this liberal arts school as opposed to a BFA program.
And we're very lucky to have the professors that we do have here at Smith College, which is part of the reason I came to Smith, knowing that I wanted to study art. But also, I think that when I came to this college, I didn't know exactly what it was that I would want to learn. That's the point of being a student, is that you don't know what you don't know yet. And God, that took me a really long time to figure out. But that experience of finding out what you don't know and then learning it is just so liberating and moving and formulative of who I am, not only as a person but as an artist. And I still draw on my experiences of how I learned how to learn here. I learned how to listen here. I learned how to think here. My art history classes that I had here greatly informed my work to this day. And those times where I felt like I was pushing myself and I could almost literally feel my brain growing are invaluable, and that's that brain is where my work is coming from.
Actually, I just want to follow up on this issue. How did it feel when you were in graduate programs with people who'd gone through a BFA? Do you want to comment on that, or did you just flow right into it because you'd done some kind of fifth year or extra year?
Yeah, SAIC draws from people all over, and so people who are from a craftsman background, people who are from state schools, people who are from a BFA program. And so my class was really diverse, and that provided some challenges and was also very exciting to meet people with a totally different perspective and who had arrived at the same place, but through a different path. It did take some doing. I was offered a kind of fifth year through the sculpture department at SAIC, and I decided to do performance. But I do find I sometimes am learning specific skills that I'll need for my trade, but I think the process of being able to think, of being able to listen, as you said, makes that possible.
Because my sort of extra year was alongside undergraduates. Not only did I learn not to think so highly of myself, but I got a real glimpse of what the BFA program can be, and it's a very rigorous one, at least at the Rhode Island School of Design. And I think there are benefits to both, absolutely benefits to both. But I do see there being areas where a stronger liberal arts education would definitely benefit a lot of these people in terms of their development and their preparation for life and just their perspective. Although they are still extremely and extraordinarily intelligent people, I think those students that I was alongside were in some ways just less passionate about the other areas of thought than maybe they would have been if they had a really good teacher really school them on something, and therefore however at the time they had the time to really be in the studio all the time, and those people therefore have skills I'll never have.
Think about it. No, it's like, yes, there is.
I think there has to be. I am learning the ropes, and this morning was very educational. But I think in some ways you are a small business. You have to learn to promote yourself, to be confident what you do, to be able to write about what you do, and go out and make that path because it's not there for you. I don't have something specific in mind, but I'm willing to try all avenues, see what fits.
And as I said, also, I'm forced into being a business person, which I wasn't prepared for, but I knew it was coming, so I should have been more prepared. And I encourage everyone to understand the inevitability of that aspect of the artist's life. And also, in my future, I see teaching.
I couldn't help while I was sitting there to think that I would really like to invite you back now for 2020 on this same stage and have this discussion again. Thank you very much.